Right now, Real Housewife of New Jersey, Melissa Gorga, finds out what it's like to weigh 400 pounds. Rude stares, cruel comments, and tonight a tense confrontation in our special report.
Melissa Gorga, from this to this. But what happens next? 7 undercover cameras, 6 hours in a fat suit on the streets of New York.
Staring eyes looked at me as if I was a monster walking down the street. This subway was extremely overwhelming. I couldn't get through the turnstile. I had to finally go sideways to get through.
But what happened once Melissa was inside the subway station surprised us all. A bold confrontation with a rowdy bunch of boys turned from almost bullying to dangerous.
You had a very scary moment with a group of teenagers in the subway.
As I was walking down the subway stairs, there was one particular teenager who started to yell, "God, how much did you eat? And how much do you weigh?" He went over and started bullying the producer because he was blocking his lens. And, "Are you recording? Are you recording?" He wanted to know, if he was going to get caught on camera bullying me.
Sir, you recording niggas?
He took his shirt off. He started yelling. We had to walk back up the stairs and not ride the subway because he was that scary.
Another challenge, hailing a cab, which is always difficult to do in New York. But is it easier to get a ride when you're skinny than when you're fat?
They wouldn't stop. Finally, by the 3rd or 4th cab that had their light on, he stopped for me. And then it was so difficult just to get into the cab. I think he was frustrated with the way it took me 5 minutes to actually get into the cab.
Eating a hot dog. Did 400-pound obese Melissa get more unwanted looks and judgment than Melissa did when she weighed in at just 115?
Yesterday, they were kind of looking at me like, "How dare you eat a hot dog? You need to take a jog." Today, I didn't feel like anyone was watching me and wanting to slap me on the wrist to tell me that that's not healthy for me to do.
Well, you have seen the disturbing reactions Melissa got from some people on the street. But will anybody stop to lend a helping hand? We have the surprising video coming up. We showed you how Real Housewife Melissa Gorga in a 400-pound fat suit led to a very tense confrontation in a subway. Well, now, will anybody be willing to lend Melissa a hand? We put courtesy and kindness to the test in our special report.
The 115-pound Real Housewife of New Jersey inside her mansion. 400-pound fat suit on, red dress covering the bulges. The before and after, just hours before she faces New York, asking for directions.
Do you know how I get to Grand Central Station?
Some stopped, others brushed her off. Fat suit Melissa drops her gloves. Does anyone help?
When I dropped the glove as a 400-pound woman, they watched me bend and they watched me struggle. When I dropped the glove as a 115-pound woman, I had people bending over for me, picking it up for me.
But then, the moment even we weren't prepared for. Kindness from a pedicab driver.
So I'm walking through Central Park, and the pedicab driver approached me.
Do you think they'll be able to pedal me? Will I be okay? Are you sure?
And I said I would love to do it, and is my weight going to be a problem? He looked at me like I was crazy. It's no problem at all. Walked me right over to his pedicab.
Oh, okay.
His friends that work with him were telling him, "Oh, you're going to break your collarbone. Are you crazy? You're not that strong." He didn't care what any of them said. He ignored all of them, put me in the back of his little car.
The weight is not even a problem.
I was close to shedding a tear when he was so nice. I think beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You can say skinny, you can say thin. There are overweight people out there, and they still are beautiful.
Absolutely. And we are going to take